What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome to GNR Frank. My name is Francisco, and this is not a typical style video that I normally would do, but it is Friday night, and I have time to address something that I have not been a fan of in regards to my own setup. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And that's even after one attempt of trying to do cable management, right? And it looks atrocious. And my biggest concern, and one thing I don't like, is my cam link cable right here. You can't probably see it too well. It's pretty taut, right? So I've got some time. I'm going to start fixing this up like right now because it's just driving me insane. But in order to do that, I have to turn everything off, unplug everything, take everything off. We're gonna start from scratch and see if I can do better. So let's do it. Oh, buddy, listen, that was, I thought that was gonna be like maybe an hour. And the next thing I knew is that by the time I was finally done, it was midnight. And it is now 2:22 in the morning. So we got a lot done. I was able to get all the cables taken care of. I'm about to show you all the final product right now. It looks exponentially better. And I moved some things around in the setup too, because for me, my personal belief is that your setup not only should look cool, and not only should you have, decent to good cable management, but your setup should be efficient. Your setup should be something that makes sense. All right, so first things first is let's just look at the bottom right here. Boom. Very, very, very few cables. Now look, I got a bit of a mess over there, but look, all my cables used to be all right here, all over the place. I mean, it looked like Spider-Man just left a whole bunch of shit back there, but at least now, most of my cables are gone, and I just have a few power cords from the monitors and some other thing, I forget what it is. Now for up here, some of the changes that I made is the monitors, of course, are gonna stay the same. The boom arm for the mic is gonna stay the same. Go XLR mini is gonna stay right here on my left. The Stream Deck, I went ahead and moved it here to my right. I used to have my Stream Deck right next to my Go XLR mini, and I didn't really like that because I found myself having to kind of stretch for it with my left hand quite a bit. My Go XLR settings are practically gonna be the same at all times. So I don't really mess with those too much, except for whenever I need to turn down my PC audio right here. Which, by the way, I'm gonna give you a little tip on how to set your PS5 audio to your Go XLR mini, because they did away with the optical port, and I found a very silly solution that works.
Yo, I actually forgot to record this little tidbit here last night, so we're gonna do it now. So in order to get PlayStation 5 audio to your Go XLR mini, because the PS5 does not have an optical out port, it makes it a little bit more challenging than it really should be. I can't believe that they omitted that, but that's besides the point. So what you're gonna do is all you need is an aux cord. And my monitor, the LG monitor that I play on, has an aux out port. So I plug one end of the cable into that, I plug the other end of the cable into the Go XLR mini, and that allows me to have both my console audio and my PC audio while I am playing games or streaming. The benefit to that while streaming is that prior to doing this, if I got follows, subs, donations, bits, whatever, those notifications, I wouldn't hear them. And while I'm looking dead ahead at the game and what's going on, I don't necessarily always catch everything right here on my left where my second monitor is. But doing this methodology, you're going to be able to hear both the PlayStation or whatever console's audio you're using through your Go XLR mini, and you're going to also be able to hear your PC audio notifications, what have you, and you're going to be able to control them both independent of one another. So hope that helps. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Anyways, so I moved the Stream Deck over here to my right, because that way if I'm over here playing or whatnot, or if I'm streaming with my PS5, which is still in the same position right there as it was before, I can just quickly get to anything else. If I need to go here and go to my OBS, and you can't really see it on the camera because it's too bright, but these are all of my scenes. So it's easy for me to switch with this right here. The Nintendo Switch was right here in the center. I moved it right here, over here towards the right. Reason being is because I was able to clean this up a little bit. So now all I have instead is just the Elgato capture card. I used to have my 4K HDMI splitter there, but now I have it here directly behind the switch. So when you're looking at the setup from here, you really don't see a whole lot except just that one little bundle of cables behind the main monitor there. I intended to take that ring light right there and move it to this side and take my Elgato key light and move it to that side, but that didn't end up working out at all. For the PC, I went ahead and kept it under the desk. I know a lot of us have a tendency to put our PCs on top of our desks, and I get it, right? You have these beautiful RGB builds and they look amazing, and you want to show them off, and I'm right there with you, I really am. But it doesn't make sense. A, they take up way too much space, unless you have a huge desk, which some of you have. But they take up too much space for me. And the other thing too is that the fan noise, all right? The noise from your fans on your PC will bleed into your microphones unless you have really good noise gate settings and a microphone that just does an absolutely exceptional job at noise rejection. And those are either super expensive or they just don't. Even when I had an SM7B, it still picked up the noise from the fans. And so I recommend that you just keep your PC under your desk so that your fan noise is reduced greatly. All right, dude, so it's a little dark down here, but basically what I ended up doing is I had these little cable management pieces that I bought from Amazon some time ago. It came like 6 total. And I had 2 left over that weren't broken from the prior desk. So I stuck them at the very inside of the desk right here underneath it. And I ran all of my cables through this way. So the cables came on from this side for the secondary monitor, the MV7 microphone, and a couple of other things, the XLR, the Go XLR mini cables. Everything went through this hole and through this track right here. All right, and then all the monitor cables for the main monitor, the audio cables, Elgato's capture card cables, everything comes here from the bottom into the center, and I looped it out into the other track that I have right here. All right, and basically this comes out this side and comes into this huge ass mess of cables behind my computer that nobody can see unless you see it from here. And if you are under my desk looking at my setup, for some really weird reason, we've got bigger fish to fry. And that's pretty much it. That took me some time. That took a lot of time. It took a lot of time, but I feel way better about my cable management now. I feel great about the setup. I feel like it makes sense for me and for what I do and how I do things. It makes sense. And of course, people, ladies and gents, please, if you do this, take the opportunity and clean your area, clean your PC, dust it off, clean your monitors, just keep things clean. Please wash your hands before you touch your white DualSense controllers or your white peripherals or any peripherals at all. But hope y'all enjoyed this. This is just for fun because I was bored. So have a great night. Take care.
Look at that thing. That thing has better teeth than I do. That thing has a great dentist. I want to know what dental plan it's on, bro.